What's up, everybody? I'll be honest, I'm not super optimistic here that this is going to turn into a DD2 stream because it's taken me almost an hour to get one match completed here. There's some serious connection issues with Trendy today. Sam, Brazen Blade, Quicksilver, Mutatious, Pascal, Yandir. Yep, here we go. I'm going to try to get this in. I'll try a couple of different servers, try the EU. But, like I said, I'm not super optimistic that this is going to last very long here today. What's up, Schooler? How you doing? Robert, what up? Alright, well, I got in. That's a start, I guess. Let's see if I can get into a match. Like I said, not super optimistic that this is going to last long today. Hopefully, I'm just being a little whiner and that the server stabilize. SO Omni, what up? Yeah, that's actually the smoothest entrance I've had so far today. We will see here, though. Gonna just spam out a couple of runs here and see how it works out, if it continues and all that stuff. And wouldn't you know, everybody called it. The redneck karaoke left, and in exchange I got some noisy mofos with some loud-ass kids and some barking fucking dogs. So irritating. And they just will not shut up today. What's going on there, IHOPs? Phil, what up? And I still, a bazillion runs later, I've still not found the apprentice weapon I want. I don't know what is up with my jinxed luck here today. It's just, or not today, but of late. I'm getting lots of apprentice weapons, just not the right one. Same old story all the time, you know. Alright, I missed something somewhere. 1, 2, 3, there's 6 nodes. Oop, I missed a flyer control over here. Yep, there it is. What's going on, Dennis? Joe? There we go. Actually, I should throw some ups on these. See how it goes. Hopefully it smooths out here. Like I said, it took me about 45 minutes to get into the first match of the day. And as soon as it ended, I hit continue. And this was probably 30 minutes ago, maybe. I hit continue and was unable to get back into any game for about 30 minutes. I almost wish that they would just take the extra time and switch it to Unreal 4 instead of the Unreal 3 engine. I know that's not going to happen, but it's worth a shot, you know? I mean, Trendy's well aware of their antiquated engine woes. I know it causes a lot of the issues with PS4 as well. Rich, what's going on? Yeah, I'm ready to switch up and get me one of the new EV2 weapon cans, but Shit, I've been grinding hard since what? Since Friday, Thursday. Several days worth of grind, and I found, I don't know, probably 40, 50 apprentice weapons, and not one of them with the shot type I like. Always, Twinkie. Always and only. I'm done with Twitch for good. Or for now, anyway. I can't say for good, but... that whole Twitch experiment was a huge mistake on my part. I really, really wish I would have never have even let it enter my mind. But I did. It was a learning experience. So I just got to get past it, you know? Alright, I'm hoping that this works out here today. It's always disappointing when you know, I slept in a little today. Always disappointing when you sleep in and you get up and what you had planned on doing all day isn't functioning properly. But hopefully that is reset or whatever. It's just not for me. IHOPS is all. All of my audience is on YouTube. Twitch is not working out. And YouTube has suffered by the whole Twitch experiment, so... just not in my best interest. Been going with the CC Apprentice here. I really, really like it. Stacking the Drenching Strikes with... I got Beacon of the Storm. I got Storm Damage on the weapon. Stacking all that with Drench, and it's just absolutely amazing, even with this slow-firing weapon. Ah, that sucks, Phil. Every defense, I use the same thing, Don. Defense rate, defense range, and power transfer on a medallion. There we go. A little double ledgy. Nope. Nope. It's alright. I like seeing them double ledgy drops. What's going on, Dolan? How you doing, man? I mean, the Blaze Balloon's really, really strong. The problem with it is it doesn't hit flyers. And C7 is all about flyers. It's just like how you had to build out Chaos 5 to deal with the assassins. Well, the special mob on Chaos 7, of course, is flyers. So if you don't have the flyer control in, it's going to be bad news. Yeah, I'm looking for 4 per second, a 5 spread. The Penta, well, the Penta only comes in 5, I believe. The Penta, yeah, but I'm looking for the Penta and I made your DD2 not work anymore. Trying to get, took me forever just to get logged in there, Nerdy Cat. I've been furiously mashing. Uh-oh. What the hell was that? I missed a wall somewhere, apparently. But there is the benefit of the new system in the hybrid setup. Snoozing and not repairing my walls ain't gonna help me any. Ooh, there's another one. Come on, be good. Nope. I've actually found a few 4 per seconds. I mean, the 4 per seconds can be elusive enough, but every one of them has been single shot. And that is not what I want. I want this exact weapon right here. With the storm damage. With those stats. But I want 4 per second. There's something going on with the servers today, Brazen Blade. I mean, I almost never have any issues with DD2, and even I'm having massive connection issues today. And being on Sunday, that doesn't help very much, since there's probably not very many people at Trendy working. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna play. I plan on streaming today. If the connection issues are too bad, I'll switch. I see my favorite spam bot is back. I just don't understand, I guess. What's going on, Ron? I've gotten a few totems. I've actually gotten a couple of decent ones. I mean, the majority of what I've been finding has been orbs. And of course that's not what I'm looking for, but that's just RNG. You always find what you don't need, or not looking for, you know? That's how it always works for me anyway. So I'm trying to not look for stuff. Thanks for subscribing there, Cheesy. I appreciate it. Alright, we got somebody hiding down here. Oh, they're way back there. Come on out. Big old mean orcs. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Mike, but there is a definite connection issue today for sure. Let's see what we get in the box here. It's Chaos 5 even. Any orb from Chaos 5 or higher. Nerdy Cat got the EV2. Very nice. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Will it let us continue? Looking good, looking good. Come on, you can do it. I tell you what I'd like to see, Ron, is I'd like to see the defense speed caps change. Make things quick, go a little bit quicker. You know what, although it is entertaining, since I know this Virtuous Apple guy has got to just be a bot, I'm just going to go ahead and ban him from the channel. There we go. I saw him in some other streams too. Yeah, have it ignore the speed cap or just lower it. I mean, they got the PDTs are down to the poison damage. You can get down to 0.15 now, so there's no reason other defenses can't get that low as well, you know? Thanks for subscribing there, Monkey. I do appreciate it very much. Let me lock all this stuff. I'm basically just saving all legendaries, and then I'm gonna do a big sorting and go through everything here. Probably tonight, to be honest with you. But I am getting to the point where the bags are filling up quick, and even with, you know, even with the 10 bags. Oh, I've got some max orbs. They're Quicksilver, but they're useless. Or close to max. I'm not sure exactly what the max number is for orbs. There's one right there, 17,044. No. There's a 17,173. There's a 17,078. in this, the cap for him is like 14,000. You're going to be disappointed with that Flame Aura shard there, SO. I don't use it. I don't know anybody that does use it, to be honest with you. I guess that would be Chaos 6, probably. Chaos 6 orbs will get you to the speed cap without using a defense rate shard on any defense. But just, like I said, just currently unusable. Just too many wasted stats. Let's see, let's get the flyers in first before I forget. They said originally, Phil, back in the day, that the reason they made, because defenses used to be able to attack quicker, way back when. And they said they changed it to make it, because of the server stability issues. You know, every time a defense, or any time a mob takes damage, it pings that damage on the server. You know, communicates it back and forth. And they said that the speed caps were causing some issues way back when. This is a couple years back. And that's why they originally did it. But now, like, you can get that poison tick down to 0.15. Oops, sorry, Dante. I don't think I turned Nightbot on yet. Let me get him. Let me wake him up here. There we go. Give it like 30 seconds and then give old Nightbot another shot. Let's see here. Yeah, the noisy neighbor thing is going to drive me nuts. I'm ready to move. I know the wife is too. She's about fed up with it. Done with the noisy neighbors. See, that leaves me 230, so I could have went more there. I'm going to sell that weapon, man. Because this one really only needs 4. Actually, I got a ton of... I must not have done something. Okay, here we go. I was going to say, holy crap, man. How do I have that much DU left? And that leaves me an extra 30, so I can put one more node here. Ugh, and here goes the goddamn dog. So goddamn irritating. People got no fucking common courtesy. There's my new neighbors. My stream schedule's on the About page there, Kreza. I stream DD2 absolutely all the time. I mean, every day I stream some DD2. That's it, mama. All the doggies are here. Thinking when the kid gets, when my son gets done with his current training and gets settled back in, we may end up moving a little closer to him anyway. You having some connection issues now, Omni? Maybe you should verify the cache. That's Omni's answer to everything. Verify the cache. I mean, sometimes that's the problem. There's no doubt there. But I think the issue today is out of our control. I believe it's on server side. Oh my god, this is going to drive me nuts. Whichever one you like the best there, Alias. There is no best. The best is the one that you like the best. Because if you like it the best, then you're going to gear it out. And any hero that's geared out does great damage. So, that is indeed the answer. Oh, Jesus. Mama it's going on command. Every time Mama types something in, the dog starts barking. Oh, I do that myself there, Phil. I definitely have some creative Wi-Fi names. Well, I can't get back in. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to keep going as long as I can. If I experience the same problems as most people are having right now, I'll try for like 10 minutes before I get frustrated and switch to a different game. Oh, you gotta do it there, Schooler. That's half the fun. Gotta be creative with those Wi-Fi network names. Oh my god, man. I just jinxed the shit out of everything, being too harsh on the redneck neighbor. Now I wish the redneck neighbor was back. What do we got there? Some gloves. Not the greatest roll on those. Yeah, my EV's a hybrid. You're not going to be able to go hybrid at that low of... I mean, you can, but you're not going to be super effective until you get over to 240. Or, is it 240? Or is it 420? It's 420 is the magic number. If you truly want to maximize the hero, once you get over 420, you can start hybriding them out. But, I mean, you don't need to maximize, of course, to have fun and to play the game, so the main thing is just crit damage. You're not going to be able to do a whole lot at 100 Ascension. You're going to need to work that up a little ways. But you figure at a 60 Ascension, you can cap out the crit chance for either for defenses or for your hero. So at 120, you could cap out the crit chance for hero and defenses. And that at a minimum, you at least want to do that. I wouldn't put an Ascension point into anything else in that utility category, obviously. The defense and offense category are kind of self-explanatory. You put them into what you're using, you know. Oh, if this shit goes all day, I'm going to end up throwing a fit. There's no way they're not going to let that dog sit out there and just bark all goddamn day. I mean, you never know. Maybe they will, but... I'm just hoping. There's a helmet. Got the old headpiece. Yeah, see, I still got all day. I mean, I'm assuming even if the servers have issues now, maybe they'll stabilize later on. I'm gonna start recording hero spotlights tonight, though, so... Noisy Dog and kids there, Joe, and they're yard people. They like to be out in the yard, it seems like. Nah, I don't really know. I don't know. They've only been there for a day, so... I can't crucify him quite yet, but let me tell you, day one is not impressive. I mean, I got a son that was young once, so the noisy kid thing is not as bad for me as the dogs. I just cannot stand loud barking constantly dogs. It irritates the shit out of me. Not that I don't like dogs. I got no problem with dogs, but my dogs have never been that way. They bark when there's a reason to bark. Oh yeah. That guy barks whenever the hell he wants to. Most of the time there's one file, Greg, that never gets fixed. Probably got some... I mean, the game's far from optimized yet, so it's probably got some memory leaks or whatever going on. Just need to bark back. I'll have to start working on my best bark. Actually, I got a friend with a really, really intimidating Great Dane. It's actually a super nice dog, but I'm half tempted to go borrow his dog for a couple of days. It's like, you think your dog is barky. You wait till you see mine. What's going on there, Joanne? How you doing? Yeah, I'm thinking so. There, Mama. I mean, at least the redneck karaoke only happened when he was ridiculously drunk. It wasn't constant, you know. And then again, I don't know if this is going to be constant. It's too soon to tell. But I'm being very judgmental today, apparently. Judging Juice, the newest TV show. Oh, there's his beautiful dogs. The Siberians. I got a beagle. And you've never once heard him on stream. Because he don't give a shit. As long as he's got food, he is very content. Just kicking it. You guys hear my cat more than you hear my dog. Nothing's been completely... Well, as far as the different tiers go, you can look at the old spreadsheet there, Alias, if you do exclamation stats in chat. But that's not updated with the new stuff yet, so the stuff's going to be slightly higher than that, but it will give you a general idea. Oh, there you go. Well, I don't want to terrorize my dog though. Ooh, well, that's a pretty decent mark, really. It's not spectacular, but that's decent. I've got a Siamese cat. It's a Siamese cat that thinks he's a dog. He will pester the shit out of you. It's funny as hell. Sir barks a lot. Alright, the moment of truth has come once again. Will it continue? Looking good, looking good. Must become the alpha dog. Leeching's not really a thing there, Jovan. There's a gear gating system. All gear that drops is based off of what you wear. So unless you're in C6 gear, you cannot get C7 gear. It does not drop for you. If you're in C5 gear, full C5 gear, you'll get C6 gear. Full C3 gear, you'll get C4 gear, and so on and so on. So yeah, leeching is no longer a thing. It has been officially squashed by Trendy. Now, obviously, people still try and then don't understand why they're not getting gear. I found some good stuff there, TK, but nothing that's just ridiculous. I think the best piece I found was maybe this right here. Is my best item so far. Actually playing around with it with defense crit instead of defense rate on it right now since it's a mark. Get that crit damage all jacked up. That's how it usually works there, Greg. As long as the backup's there, you know. Gotta have the backup. It's still doing really good damage there, TK. I mean, obviously I want a medallion. But that item will always have a home, I'm pretty sure. When I find a better medallion, I will put that bad boy on my sand traps, probably. Or on the squirties. Oh yeah, huh? Good call there. Good catch there, Ron. Nice eye. Thanks for subscribing there, Peak. I do appreciate it much. I've been very wary of that bag. I never hit Y on that bag anymore. I better look and see if there's any others. Oop, look at that. Another one not locked. That one you can still get, but that doesn't mean I want to get rid of it. Drago not locked? What the hell? I had all this... Well, it's because I've been doing so much pet swapping. These pets were sitting on a hero, probably. I had some connection issues today, Dominic, but as long as that stays stable, yeah, I'm having a good time. Hopefully gonna find some loot here today. I'm gonna switch it up here. I just wanted to kind of see how the connection was gonna be, but I want to switch it up and do something besides weapon manufacturers today. It's getting a little blah. That's awesome there, Pete. You want to, I'm sure you already know from looking it up, but you'll want to replace all your gear with Chaos 3 gear, even if it's not as good as what you're wearing. Just because there's the gear gating system in play now is decides the quality of loot you get. Yeah, you gotta have full Chaos 3 gear. You have to get rid of your current stuff, basically. You have to go up, or go down to go up. Any returning Nightmare 4 player. Yeah, just in one hero. It's supposed to be based off of your strongest hero in the deck now. And it's how their little algorithm works. It will show that hero as the strongest. So yeah, gotta go down to go up. As soon as you replace one hero, as soon as you replace it with all Chaos 3 gear, you'll start getting those upgrades. Holy crap, Phil, you know, all this time I had no idea you were Beastie. Good lord, man. I know the name Beastie and I know the name Phil Woods, but I had no idea you were one and the same this whole time. I must have missed something somewhere. I didn't get the memo. I said everything should be fixed now. What shard is what? There for execution. Yeah, it sucks at first there, Peak. Can't use BC52. Oh, because it's linked to Google Plus. The Google Plus thing can be irritating. I don't really use it at all for anything. But I know it's caused a lot of people problems. With the naming, particularly. Yeah, dude, I had no clue that you and Beastie were one and the same. I think you know, and obviously I don't know. And I don't know what the numbers are like, but in my mind, I think Google should just abandon the Google Plus thing. It was pretty clearly a failed attempt to compete with Twitter and Facebook and all that. I mean, I'm sure some people use it and are happy with it, but I personally don't use it at all. You get points for every ascension level. You get another point to put in and make your stuff stronger. Nah, there's no other characters coming anytime soon. In fact, they've straight out said it, that there probably won't be any more new heroes before the game releases. So it's Trendy's in crunch time to get the game out of early access, basically. It's supposed to be based off of just your strongest hero peak. So you're good. You should be good with leaving them in now. I actually tested it after this last update to see. I put a hero with no gear in the deck, and I was still getting good drops. So you just have to have one hero in your deck that's squared away. It's kind of a confusing system, to be honest. There's not enough documentation on it. The weapon mans, I'm using a medallion with defense range, power transfer, and extra nodes. Or increase nodes, or node increase. I can't remember what it's called. Something like that. Node increase, I think. Anyway, exclamation shards will give you a link to where all the shards are. It has run. It's pretty standard, though. If you look at, if you go down the early access list, most of the games on the Steam early access list, anyway, that are coming out of early access this year, most of them have been in early access since 2014. Not all of them, but quite a few. Yeah, you can use whatever walls you want there, Louis. I mean, it's just a wall, though. It's nothing... The dummies are nothing spectacular. Sadly, the main... Like, the reason I like the dummies. I think they look cool as hell. The main reason I don't use the dummies is... The main reason to use them, in my opinion, is that teleport shard. And every time I use it, I have a problem with the mobs getting stuck when they get teleported back. Oh, I like the Squire walls better there, Dominic. They're better in my opinion. I'm just being lazy today. I don't want to be swapping heroes constantly. Oh, Lady Orc. Nah, Rico, they've already said there won't be any wipes. That's right there. Speaking of Squire walls, that doesn't happen with Squire walls. They're not near as frequently. It's an aggro thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the mage walls. You can make them work. But the Squire walls seem to hold a little more aggro. You get Chaos 5 items in Chaos 5 there, Justice. Problem with Viper's Fang in endgame there, Greg, is the stuff comes down on the wrong side of the wall. If a Lady Orc makes it to the wall and goes up in the air, it's going to come down on the other side. That's the biggest issue with the Mystic walls right now. That, and they have aggro problems too. You know what? Let me get some. Yeah, Louis, that's a current issue a lot of people are having. Whichever one you like the most there, Malberg. For me personally, I like the EV2, but that's just me personally. Any hero can be viable if you want it to be. Yeah, the only reason I'm using these walls is because, well, yeah, I mean, mauls would be awesome if they were 30 DU. I agree. Anyway, like I said, the only reason I'm using these walls is I'm trying to gear an apprentice right now, but I don't want to do any hero swapping I just want to roll with these 4 and get some quick matches in. That should probably work out. You want mythical or better, from what I understand there, Pete. I mean, you'll get a lot of it. So, I mean, just a couple of runs and you can have a set for, you know, a gear set. You're not. You're swapping Nightmare 4 to Chaos 3, not Nightmare 4 to Nightmare 3. Nightmare doesn't exist anymore. Let's see. And it leaves me 30 left. I'm going to throw another Flame Aura right here, I believe. Yeah, there we go. I don't have that issue with Lady Orcs because I build against Lady Orcs. I mean, right now, like I said, I'm being lazy and using the Apprentice Walls. But I normally don't have that issue with Lady Orcs. Yeah, it's kind of silly there, Peak. I agree with you. Trust me, that's what it is. There's actually a video on my channel about it. Called, it's in the tutorial section. It's like called Gear Gating in Progression or something along those lines. Now, since that video was released, one thing has changed, and that it's not based off of all your heroes anymore. It's only based off your strongest. So you only have to do it with one hero now, which is nice. But it's, I don't know, it's kind of a odd setup, to be honest with you. Well, you can look at their deck now, Louis. As far as the Ascension goes, it's everybody pretty much does the same thing. You max out crit chance first, defense speed first, and then you go into crit damage and your individual tower damages. But it's all about crit. So, of course, crit does nothing if you're not critting. So you got to get that crit chance maxed. There's been lots of Gunwitch bugs. Which one you referring to? All the old Gunwitch bugs have been fixed if you're talking about the Glitch Witch. Oh, that's for sure there, Ryan. No doubt about it. If you're doing the one you're in easily, Oliver, then it's time to move on, you know. If you're in, say, Chaos 1 and you're steamrolling it, then try Chaos 2. Yeah, but remember, loot starts dropping in Wave 2, so all you have to do is be able to make it to Wave 2, and you're going to get upgrades. Yeah, the Glitch Witch is fixed, but there's actually been new ones come and go since then. There's still bugs. What's going on there, Tapir? Yeah, there's all kinds of spreadsheets with the minimums and maximum stats. Now, there was just an update this week. So the new information is not out, but the old information is still pretty close. If you do exclamation stats in chat, it'll give you a link to one of them that shows the minimums and maximum stats. But that, like I said, that's last week's numbers, and things did change this week. It's only one map that I know of that it's a problem with the spawning skeletons. That's Bastille. But I always put a tower down there to kill them. It's always been that way. As long as that map's been in the game, it's been that way. Yeah, just look at my YouTube channel there, Malberg. There's hundreds of videos about it. What's the deal? Nightbot not working? Oh, god damn it. Nightbot kicked himself out of the channel again. Let's see here. See if we can get it working here now. There we go. Anyway, that spreadsheet has got older numbers on it, but it still gives you a general idea of the minimums and maximum stats per cast here. There's a new one that's on the forums, but it's not accurate. So I don't, you know, I'd rather link accurate old information than inaccurate new information, you know. Little stuck baddie there. See if that took care of him. Yeah, looks like it. I'll update that link as soon as something more accurate comes out. That's because that's how I'm built there, Dominic. I'm not a ability power user. It depends on how you build your hero. You know, this is how I like to play, so this is how I build the hero. This guy is all left click damage with tornado, so that's all I use. You know, I mean, anytime you want to maximize something, that's always how it is. You know, if you want to do, you know, maximum ice needle damage, you got to dump everything into ice needle. And it's definitely not easy. This is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of runs to get to the point where I have this gear. So it's not like it's throw some stuff on and go ham, you know. I mean, I got a lot of hours into the game. Still got a little ways to go on the tornado on this guy. I'm just now working on it. I got to get up to Ascension 1260, I think it is, to maximize it. Alright, where's Zapper at? Oh, I guess that was him. Let's see what he dropped. Got a mark. Not a great mark, but not terrible. Nah, I don't, the dragon pets, I never, the only dragon I wish I had that I don't is a golden green eyes. The other dragons were, I didn't like them as much. I'm not positive if I have one of those or not, to be honest with you. It's a fun game, Chris. No doubt about it. Yeah, bow that time. See what kind of bow we got. 2.5 shots per second. That's all I needed to see. It's actually not a bad bow, but it's just got the wrong speed on it. You can't get them currently, Louie. They were from Onslaught mode, which is a mode that has been taken out of the game. It's going to be reintroduced, and Golden Pets will be back, but currently there's no way to get them. I've got dozens of them. I bet I've got 25 or 30 Golden Pets total. All right, Dominic, take it easy. Yeah, that's just not my favorite. Yeah, Peak. There's no onslaught anymore. So no golden pets. I've got over 100 pets though, so I mean, there's no one that I'm aware of that can compare to my pet collection. There you go, PCT. That's not bad. Let's see. Clear out some more space. I'm definitely getting close now on the inventory. I'm gonna have to deal with it here at some point. Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings too bad. They're Peak. Actually, I do have a golden serpent dragon. I mean, getting another one. I want to see Wonder Woman, Joe. It looks awesome. That is for sure. It looks like the wife is as noisy as the dog. Great. Yeah, Wonder Woman looks like it's going to be badass, though. Oh, if it was a possibility, Ron, I'd turn into a loan shark. No doubt about it. I'm using a medallion right now, Daishin, but you can use either or. The only reason I'm using a medallion is because I'm using the power pylon shard in the walls. And it affects defense speed, so the higher, or defense power. So the higher defense power you get, the greater benefit you get from it. But you can use either one. Whichever you have the better of, will give you the best results. They're side by side with the exact same piece. They're very, very comparable. It's not like it used to be. You don't have to use this or that. You can build however you want. It's pretty tempting there, Nick. Pretty tempting. I mean, besides just my oddball sleep schedule, that's one of the reasons I like doing so much really late at night, is because, you know, there's no trains. You know, y'all know I got some train tracks right behind me. No trains, all the neighbors are sleeping. It's all nice and quiet. If I was the vengeful type, I would invite every friend I know over that has a dog for a dog party out in the yard. YouTube doesn't allow links, Peak. Any links just don't, I don't even see them. They get sent to a spam folder. The easiest for me, their code was heavy or cannonballs with stun and poison dart towers. Just completely annihilate C5. C5's got a lot of cyborgs, so you want to be careful with anything you place on the ground. There's a pretty good chance it's going to get disabled. I mean, you could still use them if you're real careful, but Especially if you're just trying to break into it, might as well use the defenses that are, you know, designed to kill those enemies. You definitely want to put the stun on the cannons, though, or they don't have the desired effect. Well, cyborgs make everybody miserable in C2 and C5 there, Ron. Until, you know, learn not to use them. You know, you come from, say, C3 or C4 or whatever, and are using a bunch of Fishers or Auras or whatever the case is, and then you go into C5 and throw them and you get destroyed. Yeah, Jimmy, that's the only way to get more than 3 nodes, is to use that shard. Can't get them without it. Unable to repair. I guess I better just kill this real quick, since I can't seem to target it. What do we got? Gloves. Not bad gloves, but needs some hero health on there. I ain't use anything, Ron. You don't even need to cheese it. Just use the proper stuff. You know, Nimbus are easy because they penetrate geodes, and they obviously it's so you can put them back so far. I used to use Nimbus a lot, but it just got a little boring, to be honest with you. Weapon mans are starting to get a little bit boring now. I'm probably going to switch it up to something else for the grind. Because it's still, I mean, you know, I've got almost 40 heroes. It's to get everybody where I want them to be. I mean, it's going to take a long, long time. It's going to be a lot of grinding. I bet I've already done, I don't even know how many Chaos 7 maps I've done since it released. It's in the hundreds for sure. You can stack PDTs from different players, but not from your same player there, Pete. Poison will stack from different players, though. Has to be a different player, though, not just a different hero. You can't, like, have 2 Huntresses and throw down 2 PDTs. It won't, you won't get the desired effect. No, it goes over 17,000 to enter, but that's completely wasted. I'm sure you already know that. The defense speed caps cap out at like 14,000. So currently, do not use orbs. It's a waste of stats for you. You're not going to get the desired result unless you're early in the game. I mean, if you're early game, then use whatever you want. After you get to, say, Chaos 6, you definitely don't ever want to use an orb again. Oh my god. Barking and barking and screaming and yelling. Ugh. These new neighbors are going to kill me. Jesus Christ, man. Gonna strangle the fucking dog. Alright. No point in muting it. It's just going to keep going. Yeah, the 4th stat is random. I think that about sums it up there, Peak. But, you know, you raise your dog that way. If you raise your dog to just uncontrollably bark nonstop, that's what it's going to do when it gets older. You know, dogs aren't like that naturally. Yeah, this is a left click tornado. The problem is I'm killing everything so quick my tornado doesn't get to it. I still don't have the ideal weapon for it, but I'm doing, you know, about 10 million DPS. Jesus Christ, man. I'm gonna go fucking bitch at these people. I'll be back. Alright, well that is going to do absolutely nothing. I just met my new neighbors, though. Fucking people. Ugh. Pardon the language today, the dogs have got me a little pissy. Just irritating. Anything drop while I was gone? Something did, somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is. More gloves. Not an ideal roll on those gloves. The problem in the Pacific Northwest is you got a lot of, I don't know. I'm from the East Coast, and I live on the West Coast. The people out here are all really needy and entitled. They feel like the world owes them something. I mean, I love the West Coast. I'd never want to move back to the East. But the people are less than desirable. Jesus. I mean, don't get me wrong, the East Coast, compared to the West Coast, the East Coast is a shithole. But the people are a lot more, I don't know, the people are, in my opinion, a lot more down to earth and all that. But I guess it's just what you're used to, you know. It's a whole different day and age than when I grew up. Back when I was a kid. Oh, I got those stories, don't worry. Oh, and I'm always up then too, Ron. I've seriously been thinking about it. They want that dog to bark? I'll get that dog barking at 6 a.m. See how they like that. There's a noise ordinance here in the area where I live. But the hours are 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. In between them, you can do whatever the hell you want. No, I put my extra ascension into Tornado Callus. I didn't put any, I got no ability power. I'm using it mainly for the CC. Let's see, 210 on this lane. Seems a little, it feels like I missed something up top somewhere. Yeah, that's a lot of nodes down here. Jesus. This is fucking killing me. Yeah, I gotta move closer to civilization, I think. Am I gonna really single wall that wide lane? You don't even need a wall if everything's dead before it gets there. Ron. I just don't, I feel like I missed a node somewhere though, because I normally don't put 6 down there. So let me just take a peek around and see what I did differently. I got 4 nodes there. I usually put 5 over here. Oh, and I only got 4 there. So that would be the issue. There we go. Fishers don't hit flyers, Malberg. C7's all about flyers. You can still use them, but then you have to put something else in that controls the flyers. There we go, that'll work. Come on, Q button, work. There we go. Nope, Omni's not here today. There, Omni Mom. He should be sleeping. He's probably not, but he should be. You can use flamethrowers in Chaos 5 there, Ron. Oh, there's Omni. He's playing Stardew. Omni's out fishing. Out doing a little fishing. Hopefully he's not growing anything illegal down there on the farm there, Omni Mom. I would check on him and make sure. Make sure he's not doing anything questionable. In C4 now, Peak. I mean, you will get, if you keep grinding C3, you'll get better stuff. But as soon as you can, you want to get into Chaos 4 for sure. Oops. Do I want to upgrade it or not? I keep canceling. Uh-oh. Well, happy birthday there, Omnimom. I enjoy Hearthstone. I haven't really gotten into it enough to see the cheese, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's fun, relaxing, quick matches, you know, all that. You can't get upgrades past that peak. Nightmare or Chaos 4 is where you're going to first see upgrades. So you have to replace it with the Chaos 3 gear and then move on to Chaos 4. That sucks. That explains why the last time I played I did so bad. What's going on there, the Blasian? The last time I played, I decided to stream it a little. And I played for like 2 or 3 hours, and I was just wrecking everybody. And as soon as I hit start streaming, I didn't win a match. I think I may have won one match. It was bad. But that's probably why I got into the meta bracket, out of the complete nub bracket and into the meta bracket. Very cheap and frustrating to play against. That's no good. The CC on this hero, the way this is built, I'm going to do a hero spotlight on it probably tonight. I'm hoping to find a better weapon first, but the CC is unreal. I mean, any lane that you're at, nothing is going to make it past. Another head. Me, not a very good roll. I saw a lot of the pirates. I used to really like that Murloc Shock deck from the Shaman way back when, but that was a couple years ago when I played that. I don't know if that's still viable. I went in, when I started playing again, it had been over a year, I think, since I started playing, and I went in with a Warlock Zoo deck, and did really good in the upper brackets, but as soon as I got down to, like, I want to say like 16, I started getting wrecked pretty regularly by the pirates. The pirates are everywhere. I'm doing the electrocute stacking on this guy, so it's I'm using the drench shard, and then I've got storm damage from the weapon and my gloves. Mysterious Challengers OP. I don't know many of the newer cards. Like I said, it's been a while since I played. God, it just owns assassins too. It like just stuns the living crap out of them. Assassins have no chance. They gotta gang up on me. They gotta gang up on me or they got no possibility. And another one of the reasons I want to get this dang apprentice weapon is so I can get this apprentice out of the deck, bring my squire back in, and get me some fatty walls going. But yeah, watch this Slakelion. He's just going to completely evaporate. Well, as soon as that geode is dead. Completely stun-locked into evaporation. One of every secret still in your deck into play. Holy shit. That seems a little OP. It's going to be around for a long time for sure, though. I mean, people love Hearthstone, you know. When I first started playing games similar to that, I played Magic, and that was way back when. But when Hearthstone came out, I played it quite a bit right at first, when it first hit beta or whatever. I think it was in beta. Siege Roller, don't shoot me, Siege Roller. Good night there, Omnimom. Hopefully you enjoyed your birthday. More blue chest. Terrible. That's pretty close to the cap there, Dennis. I mean, we don't know exactly what the cap is, but that's pretty damn close to it. It's better than anything I have. I've got some 22,900s, but it's a lower roll. It's like 22,920 or something like that. The Old God expansion. Yeah, it's definitely a good piece there, Dennis. I would have no complaints if someone was to throw a few of those at me here today. Yeah, my inventory's definitely getting too full. I'm going to have to address it at some point. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's giving me a warning, and I'm nowhere near. Don't need any of that stuff. Hopefully, Louis. It's definitely frustrating. Shit, looks like there's an unlocked piece. Yeah, there was. Not a spectacular one, but still, I don't want to throw anything away without giving it a nice second look. What was that again? Oh, yeah, that one's not great. What is my piece? Yeah, 22,922. So it's not as high of a roll as yours was, Dennis, but that's the best item I've found so far. I got some totems that are close to that too, but I haven't found anything higher, I don't believe. I think that's my best piece. Cast a random spell for every spell you've cast in this game. Dang. That seems a little out of control too. I keep talking about switching from weapon mans, but then I keep throwing them down. Next map I'll switch it up. Maybe get some flamars and oil geysers going. That's a pretty good grinder build too. Yeah, you're not going to see, if you're in Old Nightmare 4 gear, the quantifiable, you're not going to see an upgrade until you get to Chaos 4. You're going to want to replace all your gear with Chaos 3 gear, though. There is a video on my channel. It's called, like, Item Gating and Progression. I'd watch that one. Yeah, I mean, the weapon mans just make it really quick. I mean, it's a huge benefit not having to upgrade them. No doubt about it. It's a really big convenience factor, and you throw in someone just as lazy as I am, and it turns into weapon manufacturer spam for weeks. See, I got 210. What does that get me? Looks like one in the middle, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Make sure I don't have any Lady Orc issues this time over here. Guess looking at the mini-map every now and then never hurts, you know? Not that I could have made it up there quick enough to kill that one on that last run on this map that I lost. Stun, their code, is your savior. So cannonballs that have Cannonballs were the main thing I used. Ugh, Jesus, man. The dogs are just going to drive me fucking insane. So goddamn irritating having neighbors like that. Welcome to my world, folks. Daily Doggies. Daily Dogs Live. But also, like geyser traps will help versus assassins. What else? Mystic walls will take them off of you. When you're first breaking into it, there's a lot of little tricks you can do. Set stuff up separate. I did that like 3 times yesterday, Peak. It's so irritating. Oh, you know I try to behave most of the time, Nick. Just the dogs have got the better of me today. The yipping and the yapping. I try to be a good boy most days, but it doesn't always work out. Sand traps have a stun on them. What up, Cryo? See something here real quick. Alright. Looking good. Where's Tuskar? I haven't been paying attention here. There we go. Tuskar down. I tell you what, man, even without not having the correct weapon, this is just a powerful, powerful build. And the stun on it is just unreal. Or the electrocute, I guess. It's not classified as a stun, I don't believe. Not positive on that. But that electrocute combo is just beast when you got the rapid fire going on. Oh, you know what? I just thought about it. It is, it's Memorial Day weekend in the U.S., I believe, isn't it? Isn't this Memorial Day weekend? Tomorrow's Memorial Day? Maybe that's, carrying doesn't work anymore, Peak. Carrying is no longer a thing. I mean, you'll still see people do it, but it's pointless because you don't get the gear. You know, if you're in like full C3 gear and you get carried in a C7 match, you're going to get C4 gear. So it's kind of pointless. Yeah, you'll see upgrades, but you're not going to see that tier's upgrades, which makes it completely pointless. Why do Chaos 6 if you're getting Chaos 4 gear, you know? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you'll see upgrades, but I mean, unless you find somebody willing to do it, you're not going to find many people willing to do any carries these days. Because there's a... They actually toned it down a little here in this last update, but there's multiplayer mob scaling. So basically, if you get into Chaos 7 and you're not holding your own weight, you're just a liability. You know? You could end up costing the people the match. So it's not as frequent as it used to be. Wow, man, all armor today. Where's all the... It's not a terrible piece. Shame it's got ability power. I'm building a lot of hero damage, hero crit heroes right now, so I'm wanting hero health on there instead of ability power as that last stat. The main problem is the assassins. I mean, everybody knows I've done my fair share of carrying. Half of the Steam group got a large chunk of their Nightmare 4 gear from just from my carries. I've done thousands of carry runs. But the assassins are what gets me. When someone can completely troll you and end your map on command, I don't like that. You'll see what I'm saying there, Peak, once you start doing those carry matches. And somebody runs a assassin over to your core and it AoE cleaves it and match over. Well, it's changed now, Radioactive, from when I went through it, but for me, I think it was probably 4 to 5. I mean, the assassins were a big learning curve, there's no doubt. Yeah, anyway, I'm hoping that this is not a usual thing here. It is, like I said, it's a holiday weekend here in the U.S., so I'm hoping they're just out partying in the yard, and this is not what every day is going to be like here. If so, I'm going to have to move. I can't live like this. I mean, we want to move soon anyway. To move closer to the kid, you know. Yeah, I mean, you could do the kobolds. There's lots of different options for trolls, unfortunately. We've got a very troll-friendly game right now, sadly. But, I mean, Trendy is aware. It's just a matter of will they fix it, you know? Or will the trolls get bored? I got a noise gate set, but, I mean, for me, these people are just... It sounds like there's, like, a party right outside of my window and people are screaming. Describe in detail. Describe what in detail there, Nick? That's awesome, Radioactive. That was the... Like I said, for me, that was the biggest... You know, Chaos 5 was the biggest jump. It's just a bunch of people out in their yard barbecuing right now, but... I wasn't invited, that's why I'm bitter. It's like, alright people, grill me up a steak and I'll learn to love your noisy ass dog. Gaming headsets, the voice quality is just so bad. I've got a very high-end, a couple of very high-end gaming headsets, but the voice quality is just no comparison to a standalone mic. Is the problem. Now for live streaming, it's fine, I guess. But I mean, I got a studio mic set up and all that. Let's see what we got. Blue box. I'm using a Yeti right now, but when I'm recording videos, I bust out the Shure. It's so sensitive. see, I'll switch the build up a little here now. Well, you know, the weapon mans are just so quick. It's quick and easy. Yeah, but anyway, I've got a Sennheiser and an Arrow headsets. And they're just, like I said, the voice quality is just so disappointing. And even if you like send a message to them directly to Sennheiser or Arrow or any of the companies, they basically reply back, "Oh, well, it's not a standalone mic." I'll do a couple more with the spam build. Five of them? Yeah, it is. I'd like to see a clan or a guild system or whatever in Dungeon Defenders. That'd be fun. If they ever implement it, you know, I'll start one. You can do that with Steam groups now, Peak. That's what I usually do. When I do public matches, I do it through Steam. I have people join off my Steam group. But yeah, I mean, I love the thought of having a guild or a clan or whatever. I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be a great addition to the game. God dang it. I keep F3ing when I mean to F4. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it'd be an awesome thing. I don't think anybody would complain about that. Using defense range, increased nodes, and power transfer there, Nick. I basically use defense range and power transfer on every single medallion, on every defense I have. And then the third is usually either defense raid or something specialized to that defense. Like here, it's increased nodes. The tooltips aren't right on just about any defense. There's a couple of them where they're accurate, but weapon mans are one of them. Then it doesn't show you a DPS number. Basically all about that crit damage, you know. 555k crit damage. I'm not using the defense rate, so it's only 0.44 on the attack speed. Now I do throw defense rate on them to get it down to the defense rate cap anytime I'm only using 3 nodes. Then of course you don't need the increased node. I think I'm using an old one too. Yeah, I'm still using an old medallion on that one. But that's my setup right there. A lot of the tooltips, when you inspect them, are not accurate. On most defenses, in fact. So you always have to set them up on the target dummies and check their true DPS. Hopefully that's something that gets fixed here eventually too. It'd seem like that would be pretty easy to come up with those numbers, but then again, I'm not the guy that has to do it, so a lot easier for me to say that. I tell you, man, I'm liking this drench. You lose just a tiny bit of DPS, but it adds just crazy CC. In combination with the storm damage. And there's no diminishing returns or cooldown on that electrocute either. So you can chain electrocute stuff just completely into the ground. Come on out, Malthus. I got a little surprise for you here. Ba-bam. The increased node shard there, Anthony. Drops in Chaos 7. You can do the same build here with only 3 nodes. Just throw Flamars in to make up for the difference in DU. Like here, I got 6 nodes. That's 210 DU. If you do 3 nodes without the increased node shard, that's 120. So that frees up 90 DU. If you just throw three Flamars in place of that, it's still really, really effective. It's been unchanged as long as it's been in the game, Ron. I mean, I'd like to actually see more elemental combos. I mean, right now there's only 2 effective ones. The Electrocute and the Ignite. And the Ignite is, although it looks super, super cool, it's not overly impressive with the amount of damage it does. You know I do there, Rumbledore. I do just about every week. I'm not going to today. I'm trying to find me some gear, you know. I don't have the new gear yet. I've only found a couple of pieces. I mean, I've got full DPS sets, but for me, it's all about the relics. The relics in the finding the shot types on the weapons I like. It's a storm damage there, Alias. It's on. Currently, I've got it on my weapon, and the Beacon of the Storm shard in my gloves. Both of those are storm damage, and then that combined with a mob that's drenched causes the Electrocute combo, and I'm using the Drench shard on my weapon. You see, it even works on rollers. Get the little shocky shot going on the rollers, stun them up. Yeah, but anyway, I'm using, like I said, this is not the weapon. I want a 4 per second weapon. But I got storm damage on the weapon there, which will proc it. And then you see the Drenching Strike Shard. Primary attacks have a 30% chance to drench enemies. And then on the gloves, I'm using Beacon of the Storm, which is also storm damage. And that bounces. So I get all the storm damage out there. It's just a matter of getting the enemies drenched. But it's definitely a nice bit of CC. It's overkill for my current setup, for sure. I don't need it, but it is fun to do. And it just stops a lane. What could they combine wind damage with? Maybe Drench, and if there was some air damage, maybe combine like Drench and wind damage or whatever for a freeze. That'd be kind of cool. Be freezing them up. But I mean, right now, it just shuts lanes down. Wind and sand. Maybe wind and sand cause that confuse effect. That'd be kind of cool. You can tell Joe's in Arizona. Wind and sand, oh yeah. He knows all about it. Betty down here. I got enough health now. I might... Nope. I spoke too soon. I was going to say, I got enough health now. I might be able to just stand there and DPS through it and not have to jump around so much. But... then I got punched in the face. Water and earth is rooted. Yeah, that'd be a great combo right there. That, and I mean, that effect, the slow effect, is already in the game, too, so that'd be something that would probably be easier to implement. You in Arizona too there, Nick? Frag Zombie. What's going on, man? Uh-oh. Yep, he died. It's all good. Gonna say, old Zapper was just cruising. I think out of the C7 maps, I like this map the most. I just like the look of it. It's laid out nice. A lot of different ways to build it. You can turtle it, spawn camp it, do whatever you want. But it's definitely a fun map. There we go. Got some loot on the ground. See some more. Oh, now we're talking. Ah, terrible roll on that totem. Let's see, we got Malthius too. Maybe he's got something for me. You got a present in there, Malthius? Nope. Siege Roller. Siege Roller's got to have some goodies on him, huh? See if I can just burn it without dying. As long as it doesn't crit me. If the rockets crit, I'm done for. It was close. Yeah, that'd be a cool one too, the Steam. Come on, give me a nice box. Or give me another blue one. I'll take it. Whatever. Whatever you got in there. Man, I'm so happy I was able to... I was getting really bummed right at the end. I mean, I'm digging Stardew Valley and all, but I really wanted to play some DD2 today. And that first hour after I got up, man, just terrible connection issues. I'm glad it smoothed out. I mean, there's definitely a lot of different elemental combos that would be fun additions to the game for sure. You know what, let's just... Gotta do something different other than the weapon mans. Let's do some PDTs and Flame Auras since I've got them in my deck already. I think that'll probably work. What do we want to do over here? They watch a lot of them there, Callus. On Twitch, they watch a lot more frequently. I think that's the go-to for most of the trendy people. But they definitely watch a lot of the streams. Elandrian comes over every now and then to YouTube and watches the streams. But mostly they stay over on Twitch. Go with one back there. Alright there, alias. Take it easy. Stardew Valley, you know what, Ron? I bought it, I think, last year during Steam's holiday sale for 2016 and never played it. And a friend of mine kind of guilted me into trying it out. And I just was instantly hooked. I mean, it's definitely a good game. No doubt about it. Come on, you can do it. Gonna have to do some upgrades now, but a little different. A little Flame Aura PDT-ness. Oh man, still got 140 left. Nope, I left. Man, I always leave 100 DU, or not always, but if I ever leave mana sitting in the box somewhere, or by the box, it's always this map, and it's always 100 DU. It's going to be sitting, yep, right there. Oh, my buddy's at it again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to mute it for a little while here. Alright, looks like that potentially did it. I'm happy to hear that someone over there is trying to quiet the dog down now. Stonehearth too, yep. I got a wonderful problem right now, Joe, and that is I have lots and lots of awesome games to play. We're not positive exactly what the number is yet, King. Nobody really knows for sure, but it's looking like it's about 22,900, right around there. Somebody had posted a spreadsheet saying it was like 22,945, but I know people that have already found slightly better than that, so I know that that's not a completely accurate number. Oh yeah, Cryo, you know it. The Long Dark Sandbox update should be hitting soon. I actually was invited to test it, but I didn't have an opportunity. I guess I could have, but I was all hooked on all these DD2 updates. I put probably, I don't know, 60 hours in between Tuesday to Friday into DD2, thinking I just had really, really bad RNG. Just look at some of those Chaos 5 videos I did back when I was first jumping into Chaos 5. I had all the little, I tried everything before, the bottom line pretty much is with Assassins, I mean, other than putting stun defenses in that are going to help you, it's all down to your hero health. You got to give up some of that elite DPS you got and give yourself some hero health. I personally don't recommend going into Chaos 5 with at least 100k. I mean, you can get away with it with lower once you get a little more comfortable with the Assassins. But like 100, 120k is kind of the sweet spot. Definitely where you want to be. Let's get this rolling while I upgrade here. I mean, now, you know, the Assassins just definitely added the learning curve. I mean, right now I completely ignore them for the most part. I just let my defenses kill them. But I also make sure that I'm close to 200,000 health on every hero that I'm going to be out and active on. And that, you know, as long as your defenses are strong enough, that'll allow you to do it. But there's no doubt that was the toughest for me. The toughest transition. Just got to build for what you're fighting there, Raiden. If you're fighting against geodes, you don't want projectiles until you're more comfortable with how it all works. I mean, you gotta. There's a video on my channel. There's two videos on my channel. There's a older one and a newer one about knowing your enemies. It's not about your defenses. It's about what you're fighting. You have to build for what you're fighting against, you know? But if you use projectiles against an enemy that reflects projectiles, that's just not a solid build, you know, until you learn how to do it. Basically, you have to kill them first. So, like in this situation, the PDTs are still working because the flame auras are killing the geode, and the bigger mobs are making it through for the PDT to hit. The main problem with me was cannons. I didn't have too much of a problem with poison dart towers reflecting, but I lost a lot of matches due to cannons reflecting. And I died ungodly amount of times from getting a cannonball to the face. Coming back at ya. Paplap. Right in the face. But PDTs is one of the best things. Is, I mean, no matter what, no matter how strong you are, the PDT is always going to reflect. So even if it's a low-level geode, say it's a Chaos 1 geode and you're in Chaos... or there are no geodes in Chaos 1, but you know what I'm saying. Say there was a Chaos 1 geode and you're in Chaos 7 gear, it's still going to reflect it. It's not going to go through. Yeah, geodes are supposed to be here, Cryo. There, as far as I know, there's nothing in Chaos 7 that's not supposed to be here. It's only Chaos 4 and 5, from the way I always understood it. But Chaos 7 is supposed to have everything except cyborgs, from what I know. And it's definitely got everything besides cyborgs. Geodes are supposed to be in Chaos 7. I know that for sure. They said that back when the Chaos 7 dev stream happened and Blacksmith was talking about the enemies, he said that they're going to bring as many enemies in as they can into Chaos 7. Now, geodes are not supposed to be in Chaos 5, and there's one on Wave 4 and one on Wave 5. And they said that the day that that patch came out, too. Yet, it has never been changed. So I think it is now changed from a bug to a feature. But yeah, on patch day, what was it, 19.5 or... Nah, there's hex throwers in C7, Ron. Just not as many as C6. But C6 is their introduction. But there's definitely hex throwers in Chaos 7. Get to work. There we go. Throw some love on those PDTs. They're gonna put in all the damage against anything on the wall. Yeah, it's few of them. But I mean, that's the way all the maps work. You know, the introductory map. What's going on, Dark? The map where the mobs introduced, they're overrunning with them, you know. I mean, it's tough to put too many of anything in Chaos 7 since it has everything. And there it goes again. Goddamn dog. Glad my dog's not like that. Just saying. You know, of course, Chaos 7, it's all about the kobolds. So there's more kobolds than any other of the special mobs. Well, I mean, in Chaos 5, where the geodes aren't supposed to be, there's only two. One in Wave 4, one in Wave 5. There's never any more. But those two can ruin your day if you don't pay attention to them, you know. Yeah, Weapon Man's hit flyers. They even hit those flyers up there. I mean, not that far up, but when they get down closer, they would hit the flyers. That's why you see them use, you know, Weapon Mans and Flame Auras, of course, are the ground traps that hit flyers. And that's why you see them used all the time. Oil Geysers actually hit flyers, too. Oh! Stay out of the red circle on the ground. Yeah, looks like I'm going to take one to the face here, maybe. Yep. That I did. There's a double legendary drop off that Malthus there. Nothing wrong with that. See what that was. Another weapon. 2 per second single. Man, I'm just jinxed with these apprentice weapons. I've had so much luck with every other hero. This is like, I mean, this is literally probably 100 runs looking for an apprentice weapon. Come on, be something good in the box. Low rolled mark. It's alright. Yeah, Gunwitch is really good. The Huntress is really good. Any ranged hero damage, hero crit build is going to be really good against rollers in any bracket. Of course, you got to get the hero crit unlocked first, but... You'd think that guy would be worn out by now. I can't turn down another Beacon of the Storm or a Fiery Brimstone. Those are both hot items. No doubt about it. Let's see what else we got here. Don't need those though. Getting a little monotonous now with the damn dog. Like I said, I'm hoping it's a Memorial Day weekend thing and it's not a normal occurrence. Nice there, YT Addict. Nothing wrong with that. But, I mean, you'll get the best results once you get the Ascension unlocked with it, you know? Let's see. What did I do last time? I did PDTs. That's right. Let's do it again. Little flamey PDTs. You know what? I don't like that one there. I like it over here. I like it like that. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Out of my control. Now, this thing has a pretty solid potential of getting wrecked, I think. But I'm going to try it anyway. See if my flame R's are good enough. Derp. Let me just derp off the side here real quick. Same thing here. I got little faith on this PDT as well. But hopefully these R's will put the hurting on those flyers. It's just, I know it's not as loud for you guys as it is for me, but my God, it is loud for me. I mean, it sounds like he's like right in my ear. Let's see here. One more. There we go. Everyone borks once in a while. Alright. 110 left. So let's go right here. And then I'll kind of double dip on this one since we do have flyers. And go right there. And this is generally the lane. It's the toughest lane, but it's also the lane I like to leave unattended. And you know what? Let me move this one back because that's just an assassin magnet waiting to happen. I'll put it right there. And I think that actually looks pretty good. 30 left, but I don't really see where to spend it. Sure, I could squeeze it in here somewhere. No. Not going to be able to get it going on that lane. Right here. I can double up. There we go. Money well spent. There's not really a best method there, King. You just want to play the highest chaos tier you can and just play the game. But you should never worry about leveling up your ascension, because the grind for loot is so long that if you truly maximize all your heroes, you're going to have an insane amount of ascension just from the amount of time it takes to get all the loot. Like, I've never done any ascension grinding whatsoever. And I don't know where I stand as far as everybody in the DD2 community, but I'm assuming I'm probably in the top 10 or so for ascension level. And I've never done one single ascension power leveling run. You know, I never did the Harbinger grind back when that was a thing. Never did any of that stuff. So, I mean, the grind is really getting the loot. So don't sweat your ascension. All that matters is getting to 60 where you can unlock, where you can maximize your crit chance. Jesus, I'm muting it. I tell you, man, it is, like I said, it is a holiday weekend here in the U.S., so I'm going to have to file a complaint, though, if this shit ends up being a daily thing. Yeah, it really doesn't matter, Nick. I mean, once you get past 60, more ascension, all it's gonna do is help you get more hybridized, you know. Play through the campaign, Kaleidoscope. You don't want to do anything until you play through the campaign, and the campaign's designed to give you 4 level 50 heroes at the end, before you get to the end of it, actually. So that's what you want to do if you're just coming in. They haven't, Phil. There's been no mention of it. Yeah, Malthus over here. Malthus has got no goods on him. There's been talk about it on the forums, but no official responses. I mean, I really hope that something gets changed to Assassins. I mean, I'd be happy with them just not being able to destroy the core. Even if they can still destroy defenses, I'd be fine with that as long as they couldn't destroy the core. Well, I mean, if you're farming C7, it only takes one C7 run. And you're 0 to 50. So, I mean, when I make a new hero, it's going to take me 1 run, you know? But I don't have any intentions of making any new heroes for a while. Shy of renaming. I did debate on renaming. Yeah, I mean, I personally have no problem with Assassins at all, the way they are currently. My only complaint is them hitting the core. And it, you know, it's encouraging people not to play in public matches, you know? And that's not a good thing. I like playing public matches. You know, I really liked having the ability to build a map and then switch it to public back in the day, too. I thought that was awesome. I think that needs to be a thing as well. Man, that's a good roll on that, but it's not the shot type that I like. Yeah, reordering them and renaming them. I debated on that. You can't currently, Nick. You have to delete them and roll another one. But it's, like I said, I'm doing... I mean, over the course of the next week, I'll do hundreds of C7 matches. I mean, right now I'm averaging about 40 runs a day, I want to say. Which is a pretty damn long day, you know. But, you know, so, and I'm not happy with a lot of my names. I assumed that there was going to be a renaming feature sooner, and there's not yet. Now, that has been discussed, though. So I think that will be a thing eventually. Hell, I know people that are deleting heroes and creating new ones just because they don't want to pay the 200 Defender medals to respec. I mean, it's so quick to level now once you're already, you know, once you have a full array of level 50s. It's just super, super fast. Don't kill me, Siege Roller. Woohoo! That was way too close. Mine are completely generic, Nick. I got like... I mean, my main heroes all have names, but like... I got... Like, my number 1 gun witch is Juice Witch. My number 2 gun witch is Witch 2. And then my number 3 gun witch is Witch 3. The main thing there, Addict, is just pick who you think you like the best. I always suggest the EV2. What happened there? Oh, the Kobold happened there. I always suggest the EV2. But it's all about who your favorite is. I mean, they're all viable right now. Monk and Donuts. You know, when I went back to the East Coast with the wife, I was telling her about Dunks, you know, and got to go get your coffee from Dunks in the morning, and she hated it. I'm like, oh, really? I just need to change up your build there, Mr. Master. If it's not working, switch it up, you know? If you're in full incursion gear, there's no reason why you shouldn't be making some progress into C1. Looks like a bow over there. Yeah, it is. Check out that bow. Ooh, legendary box too. Nice. Ah. Nice rolls. Just that ooey shot type. Don't like that shot type. Not just brooms. That's a good one. Yeah, low roll on that one. Yeah, you got a point there, Joe. Another Penta 2, 2.5 second. God, man, I think it's the Penta 3, is it? That's 4 per second? I'm not positive. But, I mean, like I said before, I'd rather see weapons drop, or see legendaries drop and have it be the wrong legendary, than just not see them at all. Nice, Louis, grats. And it begins. Good work. I can do the same thing again. Do the poison flames. Today I'm using an apprentice there, Marcus. You can use anything. Some are better than others, of course, or some are easier to gear than others, I guess I should say. If you build any hero for hero damage, hero crit, you're not going to have an issue with rollers. I mean, rollers are easy mode with any hero damage, hero crit hero. Just in the lower chaos tiers there, Callus. You can get one on Chaos 3. Or you used to be able to anyway. They may have taken that out too. Are the galactic weapons still on Chaos 3? I mean, you pretty much got it covered there, Peak. The easiest way to progress is actually with the original 4, in my opinion, going through the ranks, because flamethrowers are big time powerful. Yeah, that blaster caster is the only 8 per second I know of, and that one, I mean, is just super cool. It's so inaccurate. You're not going to hit anything with it, but it's so fun. See all those projectiles flying. Pretty beast with charged shot, though. Definitely works nicely with the charged shot. Procs just constantly. Alright, did I flame the other side yet? Yeah, looks like I did. Oop, no walls down here. Gonna need some walls, though. Yeah, the flamethrowers will get you all the way through Chaos 5 there, Pete. And it really is the easiest way. I used flamethrowers to break into all the way up through Chaos 5, including Chaos 5. Get one on my little rock. Gotta have the rock aura. Every defense is all about defense crit right now, Pete. So you want, if you're using a medallion, you want power transfer, drops in Chaos 4 is a must-have. Defense rate and defense range. Defense rates in Chaos 4, defense range is called Deadly Strikes. It's in Chaos 3. They're must-have shards. Multiples. You want a bunch of them. But the generic meta right now is a medallion with defense rate, defense range, and power transfer on it for every defense. You can use that on any defense and get very, very effective results. That is definitely the current flavor. Yeah, Ramsters are a real effective choice too. I personally use flamethrowers just because I like to, whenever new difficulties come, I always like to beat it first with the original 4 heroes. But that's the main reason why I did it, just because I want to do the OGs first, you know. It's like a 1 in 32 chance to drop, I think it is there, Pete. I mean, they're in there. I was actually, it was harder to find back in the day, but I was Ascension 175 before I got my first one. Yeah, flamethrowers are good stuff, man. There's no doubt about it. It's so cool. Got you a nice little chunk of gold when you came back into the game for all those old Ubers, huh? I personally am using defense rate, power transfer, same old stuff. The difference with the PDTs is I do like the explosive poison. The explosion itself doesn't do dick, but it makes the poison spread, and the poison does a lot on PDTs. Yeah, nice little chunk of change there. I need to just hit G and do these upgrades while it's rolling here. Yeah, every single defense there, YT Addict, if you use, you know, rate, range, power transfer is definitely the power trio. And stay away from the flamethrower, the little special flamethrower shard and the little special flame aura shard. that gives it a 20% chance to do whatever, 40% additional damage or whatever it is. Those are currently not exceptional. So if you get those, keep them, because hopefully one day they will change and be good. But I definitely don't suggest using them right at the moment. Oh, it's a big milestone in Care Cryo. There's no doubt. You get your first deadly strikes, man. It instantly adds to your game. You know, I mean, more range means more shots fired. That's good stuff. They're really not peak. They're not good at all. They give you less than just about any other damaging shard. You're better off throwing destruction on something than you are using the specialty shards. They're just, I mean, there's campaign, you know, destruction I think is a campaign shard. Either campaign or Chaos 1. That's by far better than, you're going to get more DPS out of it than using that specialty shard. Hell yeah, Addict. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's where we all started. That's the first thing I would suggest, Pete. I mean, before you even bother replacing all your stuff with Chaos 3, is do a few campaign runs, do a few Chaos 1 runs, do a few Chaos 2 runs, and get some of the shards. And then move on to Chaos 4 in your set of Chaos 3 gear, and you'll start getting those upgrades. That's definitely the way to do it when you're just coming back. Get off me, assassins! Oh, there you go. Well, you'll get some nice upgrades in C4 for sure. And then there's always that option. You can always buy shard packs with your defender medals in the tavern there. Oh, right in the drink. It's not super cost effective, Peak, but if you get, I mean, it's quick, you know? It'll give you access to a bunch of shards right away. I haven't done any shard packs yet. Or actually, I did. I did one shard pack just to see what it was all about. I'd actually debated on doing a video one day and blowing 12,000 defender medals, getting to the cap, and then blowing it all in shard packs and seeing what I got. But I've been using defender medals for upgrades, so haven't had a chance to do that yet. But it would be fun to do just to see what 12,000 defender medals will really get you, you know. One rate and 4 of the shard packs, yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's like a 1 in 30 or 1 in 32 chance. So you get 1 in 32 chances to get it. You know, the odds are not spectacular if you're just looking for one. There was a screenshot, a legit screenshot from a good source that had a shard pack with 5 defense rates in it. Only good RNG for giveaways for stuff you can't use, huh? Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing there, Peak, is it will speed your progression. There's no doubt about it. And you get that big chunk. Or I guess you didn't, since you already did the campaign and coming back. See, current players that are new to the game, since you're not new to the game, you don't get that benefit, unfortunately, but Current players that are brand new to the game that complete the campaign quest line end up getting like 6,000 or 7,000 defender medals out of it. I think the last time I did it, I got like 6,000 and change. What do we got? There's another weapon. 2 per second. I'm going the wrong way. I need 4 per second. Yeah, it doesn't matter though, Peak. Once you've done it once, those it's just the initial quest line for new players. So once you've completed it once, it's no longer available to you. Since you were an old Nightmare 4 player, you won't get that benefit, sadly. There was quite the rage about it on the forums when they first implemented that. Everybody that were old players said they felt like they were getting robbed. A lot of people were pissed, but Trendy pretty quickly smacked it down. Said, look, this is how it is. Deal with it. Trendy has said that they want trading to be a thing. The community is the ones who have gone crazy about it. I'm good, Paco. How you doing? I got completely carried in DD1 when I started playing it. One match in, and I had my first level 76 or whatever it was. Oh, dang, I'm wave 5, and I just now lost the seal stone. I haven't been paying attention. What is it? It's another dang mark. I need them medallions. I mean, I'm not going to complain if it's a good one. The Elliot Cannon is gone now. He was the creative director for Trendy for a little while, but when he first came, his very first dev stream, he said he wanted trading to be a thing. And the community went, well, I can't say the community, because it's never the community as a whole. It's only the people on the... That's a mistake there, YT Addict. They've already confirmed that. It's a mark. It's always going to be a mark. They just need to change the name. Not a very good roll on that mark either. It has been for quite a while, Paco. I mean, I've been saying it for, what, 3 months? Well, the problem is the forums don't get a whole lot of activity. It's the same names every time on the forums, and there's a lot of negativity. I try to stay away from it. Nah, Elliot was one of the original creators of Unreal Tournament. Oh, the search isn't working because of the name bug? I didn't realize. I'm doing the same thing, Paco. I'm using a lot of marks because I can't find medallions. It was even like that for me all the way back to C5. My medallion luck has been bad. Since the trials hit. The entire time. With no exceptions. I've been using marks a lot of places just because I don't find, you know, if you don't get the gear, you don't get to use the gear, you know. I don't post a lot on the Trendy forums because of that. There's a lot of people that don't really quite grasp the game, that in their mind they're the masters of the game and they want to argue with everybody. And I'm not into that. I want to play the game to have fun, not to argue with people, you know. If you're not having a good time, it's time to move along. I've always felt that way about every game I've played. As soon as the fun stops, see ya, I'm out of here. there's still, you'd recognize a lot of names. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are good people on the forums too. You know, there's a lot of people that post there regularly that are awesome members of the community. But there's just a lot of forum. I mean, it's a game forum. I guess all game forums are like that to an extent. The only game I ever saw, and it's changed too, but back in the Orcs Must Die 2 days, the forums were a very positive place. The community really worked well together and all that stuff, but that changed with OMDU, I believe. Yeah, that's why I don't bother anymore, Callus. I mean, it's a sad thing to say, and I still do read the forums quite frequently, but I don't post there very much. The forums are full of all the training dummy superheroes that want to get the absolute most damage against the training dummy they can, but have very little effect on the game. Sadly, there's a lot of that. But like I said, I don't want to be too negative. I mean, there's good people on the forums too. You know, Zimmerman, Pandinator, Dream Anime, all of them. They're all awesome members of the community. And many others. I'm sure I missed quite a few names there. So it's got the good too, but it's got plenty of the bad. Just a lot of misinformation, you know. Yeah, they don't come cheap there, Peak. Up to you, really, whatever you want. But, I mean, you can get there with just the original 4. You can get all the way to Chaos 7, no problem with just the original 4. Just all about whatever you decide to do, whatever route you take. Well, I mean, all free-to-play games get repetitive. You know, it's just a matter of if, you know, it's good for him. If it's not fun for him anymore, he shouldn't play it anymore. You know? I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to play a game that they're not enjoying. It defeats the whole purpose. I mean, I'm still having a good time with it, so I'll continue to play it. You know, in Vegas, there's a little brochures for problem gamblers that the state requires that every casino have on hand, and it's a little brochure called When the Fun Stops. And it goes the same thing with gaming. When the fun stops, it's time to move along. I would stick with the Chaos 3 and Chaos 4 packs there, Peak. Deadly Strikes is the range shard. You want some of that for sure. That's Chaos 3. And Chaos 4 is defense rate. Yeah, it's a free-to-play version, Paco, but it's not the same feel. It's not like OMD 1 and 2. Like, I mean, my whole YouTube channel started from Orcs Must Die. I was a massive, massive fan of those games. OMDU doesn't get the same feel. And it's got a little bit of endgame, some endgame issues. You finally get to the top, and it's like, ah. Medallions actually, you just want a legendary medallion now, Corey. They roll with all 4 stats now. So any legendary medallion will have all 4 of the stats on it. Before, when it was only 3, you wanted defense power, defense speed, and defense crit. But like I said, now you just want a legendary one, and it has all 4. OMD2 was an absolutely ridiculously awesome game. I still go back and play it every now and then just because it was so much fun. I mean, if you go with, if you haven't found a legendary yet, then that's what you want. Like, if you're going with a purple, you want defense power, defense crit, defense speed. It's 22.9 and change. Is the best I've found there. Their tub. Like 22.950-ish, something like that. And that's still not confirmed. There's actually unconfirmed reports that there's 23K stuff rolling around, but I personally haven't seen it yet. You know how the internet goes. Screenshot or it didn't happen. You know, nobody's been able to produce an unphotoshopped screenshot yet. So. The win streaks don't affect the gear. I wish they did. That would be pretty awesome. There you go, Pete. Deadly Strikes is good stuff, man. Get you some defense rate in the mix, too, and you're going to be set. No, Ramsters are not projectiles. That's an AoE defense, so it penetrates geodes and everything. Ramsters are a good choice. Something on the ground over there. See what it is. Looks like a staff. 2 per second. Ugh. That and it's the 3 projectile anyway. That's not the one I want. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Gotta take the RNG while it's there, you know. Other 3 packs were no good. Well, at least you had a little luck. I mean, in my opinion, spending... What, you said you bought 2 of each? I mean, that's money well spent, just getting those 2 Deadly Strikes. I think it's a good game to get into there, Bold. It does have some recent negative reviews on Steam. But I think it's a great time to get into it. The game's going to be at full release here within a few months. Or probably within 6 months, I would guess. So it'll give you a little taste of what's to come before the release actually gets here. A little low on the rolls, but that's the piece that I'm really looking for mainly for most of my DPS now. Hero damage, hero crit, and hero health. But those rolls are a little bit on the low side. Yeah, 2 Deadly Strikes and a power transfer is going to be big for you. No doubt about it. Spend them all, Peak. Spend them all. Get you them shard packs. That's not a bad piece for my monk. It's slightly on the low side, though, on the rolls, but not terrible. But for the monk, I'm using ability power, hero crit, hero health. I'll probably end up going the same thing on my gun witch. Defense rate is good, yeah. That's a really good one. That one's Chaos 4. So you want the Chaos 4 pack for it. Alright, what's in the box? What's in the box? Yeah, hero crit works with abilities and hero damage. Hero crit's good stuff. That and it scales really well right now with every hero. Total earning is only 100K. What are you talking about, Omni? Your total earnings in a match? Oh, you're talking about your farm. That's pretty damn good. Nothing wrong with that, man. Auto collect is full. I think I'm going to go back to Weapon Man's just to speed it up here. I want to get a few more runs in before the stream's over. Especially if I keep getting this map. Since it's the current grindy feeling map. Oh, I'm gonna make it. Barely. Oh shit, did I just throw down a flamethrower? No? Okay. That's not that bad, Omni. Or are you talking about your total earned altogether? I thought you were talking about from one harvest. I say from one harvest, that's kick-ass that early in the game. If that's your total earned, then it's could be a little low. I'm not even sure. I don't know what the numbers are supposed to be at that early in the game. But it doesn't matter because there's no time restrictions, so... Take as long as you want. I mean, Peak, just that power transfer and those deadly strikes are... That's going to help you a huge fashion right there. I'd still say it is money well... You know, Defender medals well spent. Thanks for subscribing there, Raiden. I do appreciate it very much. So I got 210. I think that's that flavor. Yep. Alright, come on and give me the fat loots for God's sakes. One rate, one power transfer. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Whatever you're using them on there, Pete. Yeah, they're good on flamethrowers. The defense rate, you definitely, since you're using flamethrowers, the defense rate you definitely want in your flamethrowers. That alone is going to give you a pretty noticeable increase in DPS just on your current gear. That's going to make your flamethrowers start really wrecking. Nothing wrong with that there, Raiden. I wish I had some pizza myself. I don't really have a main character, Louis, but if I was to pick a favorite, it'd probably be the EV2. I use just about all of them. I do like the EV2 the most. All the way back to the original game. I was a big fan. Now it's all about the enemies there, Pete. You're not going to be able to do... You're not going to be able to use flame auras anywhere where there's cyborgs without being very careful with your placement. It's more about the enemies than the defenses, though, you know. I mean, I've got 38 or 40 heroes, so... Yeah. I can mix it up and do anything with any of them. which is kind of fun. Makes it a lot more interesting. Second you get bored with somebody, just move along. Play somebody else for a month, you know? Now, I do like, as far as DPS goes, I do prefer ranged heroes over melee. The only thing I think that will change that is the Barbarian. My favorite DPS hero in DD1 was actually the Jester. But, I mean, overall, if I had to pick, you know, obviously the Jester, the community development team's done some stuff with the Jester in DD1 now, but back in the day, the building with the Jester was a joke. I would use flamethrowers all the way till you get to C5 there, Pete. And then when you get into C6, you probably want to change it up. Actually, you could still use flamethrowers in C6, but add in the reflect walls from the EV2 and it'll be a good game. Reflect walls are the MVP in Chaos 6, no doubt about it. Yeah, Monk was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't do a build without full Aura stacks ever in DD1. So, I mean, the Monk was definitely a go-to, you know. I didn't DPS on the Monk very often, but I know a lot of people had a lot of fun with it. I was definitely a jester. I loved those wheels. Loved spinning the wheel. Basically, you want to spread them out there, Plasma. You'll have to play with it and test it. Cyborgs will disable in a straight line. So, like, the way I have these, you know, there's no cyborgs in C7, so I don't really worry about it. But, like, if there was a cyborg right here, it would hit all of these nodes. So, I don't know if you were here for the last couple matches where I was using flame auras and I was really spreading them out. I'd put like a flame aura over here, then another one over here, then another one over here, or whatever. That makes it so the cyborg will disable a flame aura, but it's not going to take them all out. Like here, if there was a cyborg, say these were all flame auras, with the weapon manufacturer, it's all connected. So if it hits one, it hits them all. But say these were flame auras, and I was a cyborg right here, I would disable every one of these flame auras with one hit. So you want to spread them out so that it's not hitting multiples at the same time, you know? But that's basically what I'm referring to when I say that. Oh, absolutely. Slow lightning and strength drain. That's what it was all about. The boost star too, yeah. The boost stars were great. They're not super impressive right now. I'm hoping boost stars and buff beams get a little tweak here in DD2. Right now, it's just not really worth the DU to use them. You always end up getting more by throwing down just another damaging defense. Yeah, that's for sure, Phil. When I first started playing it, it took me a little time to get used to it. I disabled post-processing when I first started playing DD1, just because it was too much with all the bright colors and everything. But once I played the game a little more and got used to it, I didn't even think about it anymore. Had FPS issues with the auras. Had to turn that post-processing off, man. But they were definitely, I mean, there was some serious bright, flashy colors going in DD1. There's no doubt about it. DD2's got it too, but not to the extent that it was in DD1, I don't think. Something dropped. Or was that the piece I just looked at? Or no, something dropped over here. Or that was the piece I already looked at. Yeah. Another good piece, just a little light on the rolls. Got the stats I like on it, though. Well, look at me not upgrading anything. I should probably throw some ups around, huh? Yeah, I got the flyer lanes all full. Guess I don't really need to upgrade anything. The weapon mans eat up all the DU, and of course you can't upgrade them. There is some stuff on the internet there, Shadow. I personally have the opposite of problem, so everything I've done on my YouTube channel is all about getting more performance instead of tweaking it down. But if you search it on YouTube, or on YouTube and just on Google, there is some different posts out there. Oh, it looks cool as hell, Phil. There's no doubt about that. It's not. It doesn't do an insane amount of damage, but it looks really, really cool. Anytime I bust that out, most of the people I play with are all asking me to not use it because of their frame rate. But the first time I used that Cobalt Fireworks shard, I couldn't believe it. Because that wasn't really, it was on the Onslaught weapon back in the day, and that wasn't a weapon that you used. It wasn't any good, you know? But when the passives came off and they became shards instead, when I used that thing, I could not believe it. It just was the most insane looking thing ever. Fireworks flying everywhere. Yeah, I know Omni's got a potato. He did the tweaking. Give me something good there, Siege Roller. Turning off full bloom and stuff, yeah. Alright, come on, give me a legendary chest. Please, I beg of you. Let's have it. Nope. Denied. Alright guys, I got time for one more map, then I gotta take off for a little while, get some stuff done. Oh, that's very similar there, Addict, no doubt. Ramparts is the worst for you. Ramparts does have a lot of funny lighting in it, huh? And so does, like, Assault on Throne Room. Assault on Throne Room's got some strange shadows and stuff. Ugh, I did not want this map. It's my last one of the day. I'm sick of doing it. I think I might skip it. I've had this map more than any other one today. Just burnt out on this map. That's for damn sure. Let's see, keep all this stuff just so I can get a solid second look at it all. Most of this stuff I know is massive duplicates though. Ooh, that power gambit can stay around. Any hero with the charged shot shard kills the stuck rollers, Tubzer. It doesn't have to be an EV. Apprentice can do it, Huntress can do it. It's just having the charged shot shard. The charge shot proc shoots through the spawn. Alright, I'm not going to bother sorting it. I guess I'll do it. I won't be a wimp and skip the map. Although I really want to. I'll do the flamey R's again here. Just to mix it up here for my last run. I will be back later tonight. The way it's looking, I'll probably be playing DD2 just because I'm not getting the loot I want. But if for some reason I get burnt out on it or whatever between now and 11 p.m. Pacific, then I'll be probably playing Stardew. So it'll be one of the two, either Stardew Valley or DD2 at 11 p.m. tonight. Yeah, the shards are a little much. There's no doubt. I mean, look at my bags. I got, what, 3.5 full bags of shards, plus I got shards on all 40 heroes. I got way too many shards. Now I'm probably pack ratting a little. I could probably get rid of a lot of that. But I haven't. You don't want to use just poison dart towers only, Shadow. It's just not a sound build. Using one of anything is usually not a great idea. I mean, even like with that weapon manufacturer spam I did, I still threw in PDTs. You know, just using one defense really nerfs yourself. And on some maps that would be undoable. You know, you won't complete Chaos 1 or 2 runs using just PDTs. Unless you're overgeared for it, of course, but... Oh, I do too, Serenova. That's something that needs to happen, in my opinion. I mean, pet stuff stacks. Why not shard stuff, you know? I mean, you could probably find a way to make it work there, Shadow Hunter, but it's just not. It's not a good idea. Just using one thing. Like here, with even just adding a second thing, you know, the flame auras. I got the PDTs to handle all the big mobs as they get close to the wall, and then the flame auras are going to burn down all the little stuff before it gets there. So it's definitely you know, it's more of a power combo than just the PDT spam. In fact, I don't think C7 is possible with only PDTs. I don't think it could be done. Of course, somebody will take that as a challenge now and do it, but I personally don't think it can be done. Definitely not easily. Let me throw another one over there. And there we go. That should work. Oh, no problem, man. Feel free to ask questions anytime. I don't always see them, but I try to answer every question that someone puts in. I mean, if you want something generic to climb the ladder with, flamethrowers are the way. You know, it handles every mob. Ramsters handle every mob. All the way up to C5. You'll have no problem with flamethrowers or ramsters. The best is whatever you like the most there, Hive. I'm looking for a weapon. That's why I've been using it so much the last few days. The Apprentice and the Huntress both have some glitchiness right now with the fiery brimstone shard, so they're putting out an insane amount of damage. What's going on there, Pudgy? I found some stuff. I didn't get anything exceptional today, but I found some armor pieces that I'll definitely be using. But no relics or weapons today, though, unfortunately. I mean, to complete current Chaos 7 content, though, if you can get yourself up to like maybe 2 or 3 million DPS on Chaos 7, you're going to destroy everything. I mean, you don't really need any more than that. But, of course, everybody wants to see big numbers, you know, which is understandable. I like seeing big numbers, too. Who wrecked? It's not known yet, TW, but it's... Everyone's assuming it's about 22,950-ish, something like that. But we don't know 100% for sure yet. Trendy hasn't released any official info. And, you know, of course, with new patches, there's more photoshopped images than anything else. I mean, I've seen some Photoshop stuff that was up to 27,000, but it was really badly Photoshopped. And it was pretty obvious, you know. Oh, there's definitely no doubt there, Serenova. Not even close to necessary. That's why I always try to stress everyone playing who they want and who they have the most fun with, because you really can clear all the content in the game with whatever you want to do. It's just all about smart, you know, smart building. I mean, it's a gear-based game, you know, so once you get the gear, do what you want. You can make it happen with damn near anything. Good enough. $200-word limit. What, is there a 200-word limit on comments? Yeah, you can get the traps all beastie. Problem with traps for me is traps, the longest grind I've ever done in the game. I know for most current players it was PDTs as the meta. The longest grind I've ever done in the game, the meta was Frosty Traps. I did Frosty Traps for over a year. And you guys know how much I play. So I mean that was a lot of hours. That's what kind of keeps me away from traps now, but they're definitely strong. But I've laid so many damn traps in my DD2 life that I would be more than content never placing another one. But yeah, Frosty Traps was the OP meta longer than PDTs were the OP meta. And those of you that have been around for a little while know how long PDTs were the OP meta. Long time. Frosty Traps outdid that. Oh yeah, Life Fruit Frosty Traps. That was what it was all about. I bet I'd done that map 1,000 times. There is really no best element there, YT Addict, but some elements are easier to combo than others. Like Earth Damage gives you more damage against a Siege Roller, but it doesn't have a combo associated with it, where Water Damage, or actually, like, Storm Damage will, you know, electrocute enemies that are already drenched, and, you know, fire damage will ignite enemies that are oiled. So I mean, there's some good synergies, but currently it doesn't really matter. My superstition, which I've got a superstition for everything, my superstition says that you get slightly more DPS out of water damage than anything else, but that's just completely superstition. I use a McManus projector shot type on my EV. The McDougars is just as good. The McManus, in my opinion, is a little better because it gives you some AoE, where McDougars is 100% single target. Yeah, I agree with you there, Padgy. Seeing electrocuted anything is good stuff. This build I'm doing now, man, it just shocks the shit out of them. And I'm not even 4 per second. 4 per second is going to just add to that once I can finally find a weapon. If there's one in the game that it will ever drop for me. I should have built a lane with just walls just so I could show you guys how much... The problem I got now is everything's dying too quick to the defenses, but you see the electrocute going like crazy. It's just, it's constant. Just very, very powerful CC setup. Yep, and then something that fires fast there, YT Addict, to get those procs off. Being the 30% chance, you know, you just want more shots fired. Because you get a 30% chance on each one of those shots, you know. It's not like a flat proc rate chance per second or anything. It's straight up. The more projectiles, the bigger your chance. Nice, IHOPs. Nothing wrong with that, man. Wrecked is just in time again for the last run. Welcome to the stream there, Wrecked. This is not the Wrecked-friendly time stream, that's for sure. Got a double roller for my last run here. Better get jumpy. Not your fault, man. Time zones are time zones. That's why I like doing that late stream, too. I mean, for me, it's the late stream, but for a lot of the world, it's the early morning stream. I like to try to mix it up. That way I can get an audience from as many places in the world as possible. Alright, Paz, you take it easy. Alright, another purple box, no love. Alright, guys, that is going to do it for me for right now, though. I'm assuming Martin, but I don't know. They said all the shards will end up coming back before the game gets to Chaos 10. So, based off of that, I would assume that every shard that's been removed will return. But they haven't specifically mentioned when. So, not real sure on that. But that lightning touch shard is not spectacular anyway. Fiery brimstone is where it's at. That's the one you want. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for now, though. I will be back at 11 p.m., which is just under 5 hours from right now. So if that's a little friendlier time for you all, if anybody's still up or has gotten up then, I will see you at 11. But thanks again for coming out and watching. Take it easy.